Do you find yourself constantly pushing to excel in everything you do, never feeling like you've truly done enough? While striving for success can be a positive trait, for many people, it crosses the line into perfectionism or overachievement, leading to burnout, stress, and feelings of never being good enough. Perfectionism often comes with setting unrealistically high standards and feeling devastated when you fall short of them, while overachievement involves constantly pushing yourself to meet or exceed expectations, even to the detriment of your well-being. The desire to be perfect or the best in everything can feel like a way to control your world or ensure your worth, but it often comes at the cost of exhaustion, anxiety, and a lack of fulfillment. In this video, we'll explore the signs of perfectionism and overachievement, how they manifest in daily life, and steps you can take to find balance. We'll also look at real-life scenarios to illustrate how these behaviors can impact you and how to start moving toward a healthier mindset. What is perfectionism and overachievement? Perfectionism is the tendency to set unrealistically high standards for yourself and to feel like a failure if you don't meet them. It often involves a fear of making mistakes or falling short of expectations, which leads to intense pressure to perform flawlessly. Overachievement, on the other hand, is characterized by pushing yourself to achieve more and more, often beyond what's necessary or healthy. While these traits can drive success in the short term, they are unsustainable in the long run and can lead to burnout, anxiety, and a sense of never feeling good enough. Common signs of perfectionism and overachievement. Let's take a look at 5 common signs of perfectionism and overachievement, along with scenarios that demonstrate how these behaviors might appear in everyday life. 1. Pushing yourself to work. Long hours or never allowing yourself to rest. For perfectionists and overachievers, rest often feels like a luxury they can't afford. There's a constant internal drive to keep going, to work longer hours, and to push yourself beyond your limits. The idea of taking a break can feel like you're wasting time or falling behind. 1. The never-ending workday. You've been working on a big project for weeks, putting in long hours and skipping breaks. Even when your coworkers leave for the day, you stay behind, telling yourself there's just a little more to do. You feel guilty at the thought of resting, thinking you haven't earned it yet. As the days go on, you start to feel exhausted and irritable, but you keep pushing because you believe that anything less than constant productivity means failure. This relentless work ethic may seem admirable, but it often leads to burnout. When rest is avoided, the body and mind suffer, and performance actually declines over time. 2. Setting unrealistic standards for yourself and feeling devastated if you don't meet them. Perfectionists often set incredibly high standards for themselves, and when they don't meet those standards, they feel devastated or like a failure. This can create a cycle of stress and disappointment, where even small mistakes feel like major setbacks. 2. The unmet expectation. You've been working hard to meet a deadline at work, and while you submitted the project on time, it wasn't exactly as perfect as you had envisioned. Even though your boss praised your work, you can't help but feel disappointed in yourself for not meeting your own unrealistic expectations. Instead of celebrating the accomplishment, you dwell on the small imperfections, feeling like you've let yourself down. Setting standards that are impossible to meet can be emotionally draining, and it makes it difficult to appreciate progress or success. It also reinforces the idea that anything less than perfection is failure, which is simply not true. 3. Needing everything to be just right before you can feel satisfied or accomplished. Perfectionists often struggle to feel a sense of accomplishment unless everything is exactly as they imagined it should be. This need for things to be just right can delay progress, increase stress, and prevent people from moving forward with tasks or projects. 3. The never completed task. You've been working on a presentation for a client, and even though it's nearly finished, you keep revising it, tweaking small details, and making adjustments. Every time you think you're done, you notice something else that could be improved. It feels like you can't submit it until every detail is perfect, even though the deadline is fast approaching. The need for everything to be just right keeps you from feeling satisfied with your work. This constant need for perfection can cause delays, missed deadlines, and feelings of inadequacy. It's important to recognize that progress and completion are more valuable than unattainable perfection. 4. Constantly seeking external validation to feel good about yourself. Many perfectionists and overachievers rely on external validation, praise from others, awards, or recognition to feel good about themselves. Without it, they may struggle with feelings of worthlessness or inadequacy. 4. The praise seeker. You've always been the top performer at work, and you thrive on the praise and recognition you receive. But when a project doesn't receive the level of attention or praise you expected, you start doubting yourself. Without external validation, you feel like your work doesn't matter, and your self-worth takes a hit. You find yourself constantly seeking reassurance from others, needing their approval to feel good about what you've accomplished. While praise can feel good, relying on it as your primary source of self-worth is unsustainable. It's important to develop internal validation, recognizing your own value and accomplishments without needing constant external approval. 5. Avoiding tasks, unless you're sure you can do them perfectly. Perfectionists often avoid taking on tasks or challenges unless they are sure they can do them perfectly. This fear of failure or embarrassment keeps them from stepping outside their comfort zone, leading to missed opportunities and stagnation. 5. The missed opportunity. You're offered a new role at work that would challenge you and help you grow, but you hesitate to accept it. You're not sure if you'll be able to excel in the position, and the thought of making mistakes terrifies you. Instead of taking the risk, you turn down the opportunity, telling yourself it's better to stay in your current role where you know you can perform well. Avoiding tasks because of the fear of imperfection limits personal and professional growth. It's important to embrace new challenges, even if there's a risk of failure, as this is where growth and learning happen. Steps to overcome perfectionism and overachievement. While perfectionism and overachievement can drive success in the short term, they are unsustainable in the long run and can lead to burnout, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. Here are some steps to help shift toward a healthier mindset. 1. Set realistic expectations. It's important to set goals that are challenging yet attainable. Instead of aiming for perfection, focus on doing your best while acknowledging that mistakes and imperfections are part of the process. 2. Celebrate progress, not just perfection. Take time to celebrate small wins and progress, rather than waiting for everything to be perfect. Recognizing your efforts along the way helps you appreciate your growth and reduces the pressure to achieve flawless results. 3. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you fall short of your expectations. Self-compassion involves acknowledging that everyone makes mistakes and that perfection is impossible. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend. 4. Prioritize self-care and rest. Allow yourself time to rest and recharge. Constantly pushing yourself to work longer and harder without breaks leads to burnout. Building in regular rest and self-care is essential for long-term success and well-being. 5. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Instead of avoiding tasks for fear of failure, start viewing mistakes as opportunities to learn and grow. Every failure provides valuable lessons that contribute to your personal and professional development. Redefining success beyond perfection. Perfectionism and overachievement may feel like the only path to success, but they come at a high cost. By recognizing the signs of these behaviors and taking steps to develop healthier habits, you can find a balance between striving for excellence and taking care of your well-being. Success isn't about perfection. It's about progress, growth, and resilience in the face of challenges. Embrace your imperfections, celebrate your achievements, and remember that your worth is not defined by external validation or unrealistic standards. You are enough just as you are.